Oh, what's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to WWE RAW Review, the show from March 25th, 2019. They were in Boston, Massachusetts, and you have the commentators Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Renee Young. So, by the way, different spot by the way. Like I said before, so far when you saw my Impact Wrestling review, you saw the one spot I was at, and I mentioned also where it pertains to having not only about 4 to 5 different spots from the same location basically, but basically, it doesn't matter if it's raw reviews, basically doesn't matter if it's reviews or not, if it's something else, it pertains to me doing videos on YouTube. But yeah, and this is one of the spots right now. So far, you just saw when I did the Impact Wrestling review, one spot I did so far, and now you're seeing me doing it in the second spot, which I'm doing right now for this WWE RAW review. So that being said, let's get right to the RAW review. So this WWE RAW, Monday Night Raw, basically, again from March 25th, 2019, Boston, Massachusetts. Right from the opening of the show. By the way, I missed a couple things about Monday Night Raw, folks, but I'll let you know about that too. So right now I'm gonna let you know that I missed the beginning of Raw. I was having some technical difficulties, if I could get the English out of my mouth, spit it out. But yeah, so basically I was having some technical difficulties with my laptop, unfortunately. So I missed what happened from the beginning of Raw. And after hearing about what happened in the beginning of Raw, I'm glad I missed it. Because I don't want to go back to watch it, based on what I heard. And I'll get to why, but Michael Cole, basically as I read the results here, as they went live on the air for Monday Night Raw, Michael Cole announced that for WrestleMania 35 this year, the main event for WrestleMania will be Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's Championship. For the first time ever, Rousey, Lynch, and Flair will be main eventing WrestleMania. Or you could, it's just in the last names. You could say their first names like Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte will be main eventing WrestleMania this year. Now, here's the thing about this, folks. Despite Charlotte Flair being in this match, I would have been okay with this if they didn't fuck up the storyline in the first place. Now, if they want Charlotte Flair to be in this match, fine, because the story is there. Where it pertains to Charlotte Flair, who was in the Rumble, but for Becky Lynch, she was not really supposed to be in the Rumble, but because Lana got hurt, Becky Lynch was asking Finlay to take her spot because she can't compete. And you need someone to compete in this Rumble, to at least fill in the number 28 spot that Lana had. So basically, Charlotte Flair, if it wasn't for if it wasn't for Finlay putting Becky Lynch in the Rumble, Charlotte Flair would have easily won this Rumble. Basically, that's the story that they were told there. That Charlotte Flair was going to win the Rumble either way because she is the runner-up of the Royal Rumble, for the women's Royal Rumble. So, and Becky Lynch is the winner of the Rumble, and just the whole thing they did to leading up to this whole thing, they fucked up. They fucked it up. They fucked up the whole storyline. They fucked up the whole build. Because the McMahons couldn't help themselves, Triple H couldn't help himself, Stephanie McMahon couldn't help herself, Vince McMahon especially couldn't help himself, especially he couldn't help himself putting Charlotte Flair in the match, because Vince McMahon to Charlotte Flair to Vince McMahon, Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all time. Not saying that she doesn't deserve to be a great women's wrestler, she is good. That's the best I can give her. She is good. The point is, folks, the whole thing with this whole thing, either Charlotte Flair was going to be in it or not. I still believe it should have been Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch. because Becky Lynch never had her opportunity against Ronda Rousey ever since Nia Jax decided to be reckless and careless by punching Becky Lynch in the face, breaking her nose, her orbital bone, and giving her a concussion. But it is what it is at this point. Charlotte Flair ends up being the one to replace Becky Lynch to face Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series. And the best thing that WWE could have done is have Becky Lynch have her one-on-one match against Ronda Rousey before she leaves, to start a family of her own. Because Ronda Rousey's going to be taking time off at the WrestleMania, basically. But anyways, so at least give us Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey one-on-one match for WrestleMania. But instead, Vince McMahon had to put Charlotte Flair in there, and the way they did it too, again, they screwed up the entire build. To me, to me personally, I don't think this should have been the main event for WrestleMania. I mean, they could at least put it as the runner-up of the main event, But in my opinion, and this is going to happen obviously, folks, Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan should have been the main event, because at least with that one, that has a great build where it pertains to Kofi Kingston with his whole underdog story that he's been there for 11 years, and he never complained about never getting the opportunity that he thought he should get and everything, and guys got it before him and everything. That's how I feel right now. The storyline between Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston has a better build to be a true main event for WrestleMania than Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey, and Becky Lynch. Not because of these women's. Besides the fact that Ronda Rousey promos sometimes is hit and miss. Charlotte Flair is definitely a miss, but Becky Lynch's promos is a hit, obviously, because she's gotten better with her promos. So it's not their fault, obviously. It's the company's fault for fucking up the storyline in the first place. And which is why I lost interest of it anyways. I lost interest of it, ever since they was fucking up the storyline, the build. When the whole thing with Becky Lynch, she's hurt and she's not gonna compete. She can't compete unless she get medical attention, whatever, to see if she's clear. They ended up suspending her. She ended up being trespassing and everything. And then they want her to apologize, and she refuses, and they get her to the end of Raw to make her decision, and she ends up making her decision by apologizing, basically killing the stigma for people saying that, oh, she's Stone Cold Becky Lynch and everything, because again, Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the day never apologized to the authority, the corporation, whichever you want to call them at the time. And then that's when this man was like, your apology will not be accepted by me, so you're suspended and blah blah blah, 60 days and blah blah blah. Charlotte Flair will be your replacement, blah blah blah, because she's the runner-up of the Women's Royal Rumble. And fans hated it, and ever since that happened too, the entire build was fucked up. I mean, it been fucked up when Stephanie, excuse me. It'd been fucked up when Stephanie McMahon got involved, and then Triple H got involved, and Triple H and Stephanie McMahon got involved, and then Vince McMahon got involved. The McMahons got involved, except for Shane McMahon. So Shane McMahon is cool with me. Thank God he wasn't involved in that, because if he would have been involved in that too, I would have hated him too. But thank God he wasn't. I can hate on Stephanie, obviously. I can hate on Triple H, for many reasons. And I can hate on Vince McMahon, most likely hate on Vince McMahon. They fucked it up. So that's why I'm not interested of this women's match at WrestleMania. Either if it was going to be the main event or not. I still wasn't going to be interested at this. I was going to be interested at it all because they fucked up the build. Now the match itself, I believe the match is going to be good. I know that it's going to be good. And as long as Becky Lynch is the winner, I'm good. But anyways, so that's what happened from the beginning of the show. Michael Cole, when the show opened up, he announced that the women's will be, Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's Championship will be main event in WrestleMania. For the first time, women's will be main event in WrestleMania. So that being said, let's get to what happened, after that announcement. So it was announced that they was going to have a beat the clock challenge on Raw with the Riot Squad that's gonna be involved. So Ronda Rousey comes out first. She gets booed, and then we want Becky chance. Basically, I didn't see her promo, and I'm afraid to watch it anyways because of what I heard. When she was cutting a promo, she kept doing the mic drop, and then picks up again and says that she's not done talking, and then drops the microphone again, and then picks it back up again and says, "I'm not done talking." And like that, and when I heard about that, I listened to myself, no, she didn't. No, she didn't. And after reading the results here, it's true. So that's why I'm not interested. That's why I'm not interested to go back to watch this promo, because if she may have screwed up in that promo, I don't want to go back to see. So, but then Becky Lynch comes out. I mean, first the Rice Squad came out there, and then Becky Lynch came out. Becky Lynch cut a promo, but I wasn't there. I didn't go back to watch it. And then Charlotte Flair comes out, and basically we get this whole beat the clock challenge going on. So Ronda Rousey versus Sarah Logan of the Rice Squad beats her in 1 minute and 25 seconds with the basically with the armbar. Then we get Charlotte Flair versus Ruby Riott, and unfortunately the Charlotte Flair did not beat did not beat the clock. Basically, she went for the figure 8, hoping that Ronda Rousey, Ruby Riott was going to tap out, but Ruby Riott didn't tap out. Thank God. Charlotte Flair didn't beat the challenge. So, which it was set by Ronda Rousey. And Ronda Rousey, after when she was done with her match against Sarah Logan, she was on top of the stage basically. She didn't want to be near the ring area, I guess maybe. So Becky Lynch gets in the ring, and Liv Morgan comes in there, distracting Becky Lynch, and then Charlotte Flair comes out of nowhere, just big spook Becky Lynch. I guess because she's a sore loser. So the match began. Becky Lynch beats Liv Morgan, and and 7 seconds to spare. So basically, Becky Lynch beat the clock. And after watching this, I was putting the trust into the commentators to explain to me why are we having this beat the clock challenge for Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair. I was like, what was the point of this? What does this accomplish? And they couldn't explain it to me. They didn't mention anything about that, Because again, basically I came in while as I was watching Ronda Rousey versus Sarah Logan. That's when I came in to watch the show. And I watch this. I see myself, wait a minute, what's going on here? Beat the clock? Is it the beat the clock challenge and all that? And I was like, okay, so what's the purpose of this? What's the point of this? There was no point. There was no fucking point of this. It's not like you can have an advantage or something for something. I don't understand what was the point of this. Maybe because what Ronda Rousey said in her promo, because she did mention something about beat the clock. Yeah, she doesn't know what the beat the clock challenge is. That's what she said. And I see myself, wait a minute. So you're telling me you've been watching wrestling? I'm assuming that she's been watching wrestling, basically WWE. And you basically you're telling me you've never seen a beat the clock challenge before in WWE? So yeah, again, I don't know what's the point. I didn't know what's the point of this. What was the point of that, anyways? This is to me was stupid. I did not agree. I did not agree to this. I don't agree with it. But there you go. By the way, I'm gonna count down the commercials that we're gonna go through here, folks. Since since last week. Oh my God, commercials for Raw. Just to kill time too, by the way. So we get Leo Rush and Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor in a handicap match. Same thing from Fastlane, but this time, if Finn Balor wins, he gets a title shot. The Intercontinental title match at WrestleMania, where he's going to beat the Demon, obviously. So Leo Rush comes out. And at this time, folks, I left. I had to do something basically. So But Lee Rush cut a promo saying that he can't compete because he's hurt, so he's got a replacement, and it was Jinder Mahal. And we get a commercial here. I'm basically reading the results here. It basically was during this time I wasn't watching Raw, not because of the show, because I had to do something. So basically Finn Balor won by being Jinder Mahal with the coup de grace, so he gets a title shot. I'm reading here that last year was furious that he took out the Sin Brothers, and then he took out Jinder Mahal with his spear, and there you go. And then we go commercial break. After commercial break, well, I also should mention this too, by the way. Also, commercial break. Before the match started between the match just started between Lashley and Mahal versus Balor, and then went to commercial. So basically, that's 3 commercials that happened so far. And then we come back from the 3rd commercial, and we see Aleister Black and Ricochet versus the Revival. They start off a little bit, and then we go commercial, and we come back from commercial. And I'm assuming it was during this time I came back to watch Monday Night Raw, because I remember seeing Ricochet and Aleister Black versus the Revival. You know, the Revival was Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. I thought the match was good. Yeah, and as I say, I thought it was good. And also, coming into this match too, I knew who was going to win. Aleister Black and Ricochet, they won against the Raw Tag Team Champions. I hate that. They're not doing the Revival's any favors here, and it's pissing me off. Hold on a second. I gotta talk about something here. Cause I did skip something here because I didn't see this part when it happened. Cause I missed Raw. For a brief time. Maybe try and find it. Oh yeah, there was a segment with Elias. He was at Times Square and he's playing his guitar, and he goes to play, but a street musical came up to him. I guess saying that that's his spot, whatever. I don't know. I didn't see that part. I don't know if that was the case, but whatever. But there's more of Elias, because Elias wasn't there in Boston, Massachusetts. He was actually in New York City. So I'll get to more about Elias later on. And then now we go to the 5th commercial break here. Drew McIntyre comes out. He talks about, basically saying, "I'm Drew McIntyre. You don't. I don't care if you don't like me, but you damn sure will respect me." Something like that. And basically says about Roman Reigns. He's waiting for Roman Reigns' answer to challenge him at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns is going to challenge me at WrestleMania against the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre. Basically, Drew McIntyre shows a clip of what happened with Roman Reigns 2 weeks ago. And then he shows what happened with, what happened a week ago when he talks about Roman Reigns, that means his real name Joe, and talks about how Roman Reigns may have beaten leukemia, but he will not beat me at WrestleMania because I am the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre, and I will claim or kick you to oblivion. So McIntyre talks about Roman Reigns' wife and his kids, and talks about how he broke up the Shield. Basically talking about how he exterminated Dean Ambrose, who's a cockroach, and he took out the number 1 contender Seth Rollins, who's the number 1, who's gonna be facing Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. And Roman Reigns knows that he's never denied a challenge, and he keeps saying that in basically he wants Joe to know, Joe and Adeline, which is Roman Reigns, who is the husband and the father hasn't put his family through enough and everything. His children are already have watched dad the daddy fight for his life. Also, we get some Roman chants. Basically, it's working to a degree for fans to hate Drew McIntyre. But at the same time, it's shameless for the WWE to do this just to get Roman Reigns over. Now at this point, WWE is literally using leukemia cancer to get Roman Reigns over. So Roman Reigns comes out. He confronts Drew McIntyre and basically says he accepts his challenge and says that don't you ever run down his wife and kids ever again. And he starts beating him up. Basically, a brawl breaks out. Reigns wins the fight until Drew McIntyre low blows him. He gives him a Claymore kick, and then that was it. And then we go to commercial break. We come back from commercial break, basically from the sixth commercial break. McIntyre is who bumped into Dean Ambrose. And you think that Dean Ambrose, by with him being the lunatic fringe, and he sees Drew McIntyre who took him out, from that last match, from that that false count anywhere match. Dean Ambrose was going to attack him, right? Beat him up and everything. Nope, he just talks to him and say, "You say you exterminate me, but I'm still standing." And I thought from there he's gonna beat him up from there, but he didn't do that. He just stand there and wait for McIntyre to talk. But before he did, he says he wants to challenge him again in one last match, and it's gonna be last man standing. And then McIntyre says, I don't know how you're still standing, but I'll put you down for good, because I am the Scarlet Psychopath, Drew McIntyre. And I took out the Shield. One by damn one. We get Drew McIntyre and Dean Ambrose later on. Main event, last man standing. And based on how Drew McIntyre says to and all, he's going to make sure he stays down for good. We'll get to that later. Sasha Banks with Bayley versus Natalya with Beth Phoenix. So Sasha Banks and Natalya have a match. And you go, as soon as they start the match, they start going out a little bit, and then we go to commercial break, the 7th commercial break. Then we come back from commercial break, match still continues on. Match itself, I thought it was alright between Sasha Banks and Natalya. And then, Nia Jax, huh? Nia Jax, huh? Nia Jax, huh? And Tamina Snuka. They came out and they attack Sasha Banks, Bayley. Well, first they attacked Bayley, and then Sasha Banks got attacked, and then Beth Phoenix gets in the ring to fight off Nia Jax and Tamina, meant to say. And basically, Beth Phoenix did the glam slam onto Tamina, and it looked terrible. And basically the match ended in no contest. I said, so wait a minute, they didn't touch Natalya, they touched Sasha Banks, so how's there no contest? But whatever, right? So also they, this was stupid too, by the way, folks. Sasha Banks barely leaves, while Natalya and Beth Phoenix are standing in the ring. Nia Jax and Tamina leave. I mean, I don't think they showed it that much, but because they were panning to the commentators, and the commentators made an announcement that the Hart Foundation, which it will feature Bret the Hitman Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart, to be inducted into this year's class of 2019 WWE Hall of Fame. So basically, first we got the Harlem Heat as the tag team going into the Hall of Fame, and now we got another tag team in the Hart Foundation going into the Hall of Fame as well. That's the first time ever they were done that before. I guess for this year's class, it's all about tag teams and factions that were in the hall that are in the Hall of Fame. Besides we had Tori Wilson and the Honky Tonk Man. So yeah, we're getting close to on the Hall of Fame. And by the way, and there's a reason why they showed the video package 2 and all, where it pertains to the Hart Foundation being in the Hall of Fame. The tag team, not the faction, the tag team. But after the video package was done, we seen Natalya in the ring with Beth Phoenix. They were crying. And basically, I saw Natalya in the ring crying that her dad's going to the Hall of Fame. It brought, you know, I was very emotional for her. And also at the same time, I was thinking to myself, "Fuck you, WWE," because they knew that Jim Neidhart was in a bad health. He was in a bad condition. They even showed on Total Divas when Natalya, I don't know if she's still on the show though, but when Natalya mentioned, you know, when her dad was on the show, and see how Jim Neidhart look, he did not look like he was in the best shape, obviously. And she talks about, you know, she wants him to you know, to be to feel better and everything. And at that time he did feel better, you know, from, you know, mentally, because he was mentally up there, but he was mentally okay at that point. And she talks about, you know, she wants him to feel, you know, mentally good, so that whenever he you know, he gets to be in the Hall of Fame, you know, to be there in person, to accept their Hall of Fame ring, to be there, to give a speech. And WWE didn't do it. And with Jim Neidhart dying last year, you know, last summer, now it's time to put him in the Hall of Fame because he's dead. He should have been in the Hall of Fame. So when I saw Natalya in the ring crying that her dad is going to the Hall of Fame, all I could think to myself is that, fuck you, WWE. Fuck you. You knew of his condition, and you should have put him in the Hall of Fame when he was alive. And the same thing that I gotta say with Vader and King Kong Bundy. But at the same time, it's a good feeling for Natalya. She'll be there for her dad, you know, on his behalf, and Bret Hart will be there as well, obviously. So yeah, basically we're pertaining to the Hall of Fame. We had 3 Hall of Famers that are going to be 2-time Hall of Famers with Ric Flair. So far, the first ever Hall of Famer. I mean the first 2-time Hall of Famer, Ric Flair. And then you got Shawn Michaels, who's announced, and then you got Booker T from Holland, you know, and they got Bret Hart. So there you go. So yeah, good for the Hart Foundation going to the Hall of Fame, but Jim Neidhart should be alive to be there. And that's all I'm gonna say. Troy Caruso interviews Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle talks about, you know, of his retirement tour. He talks about he's challenging Samoa Joe. Yeah, Samoa Joe was on Raw to face Kurt Angle. And he talks about Baron Corbin, who's going to be a WrestleMania match at, he's going to be a WrestleMania opponent. I'm meant to say. And the crowd's booed because of that. And then Baron Corbin shows up, and I didn't care what he had to say. Fuck Baron Corbin. And then Kurt Angle says, "Screw you." Because Baron Corbin said that he's going to be, when he beats Kurt Angle, he's going to be, I can't remember how he said it. Yeah, basically, headlines will read that a former Olympic gold medalist will retire in shame. The only thing that's shame in WWE right now is Baron Corbin, because he's fucking boring. He's fucking garbage. The ninth commercial break, we see Troy Caruso kept battling about something what pertains to the women's tag team championship, what pertains to facing all comers for WrestleMania, and I'm like, oh, you just shut up already, like. And then all of a sudden, Sasha Banks shuts her up. I'm like, thank God. Like, thank God Sasha Banks shut her up, because she was talking too much. And like, you know, Troy Caruso, you're beautiful and all, but You gotta shut up. Basically, Sasha Banks says that she'll take on anyone, and they'll beat them at WrestleMania. And Bayley agrees to it, and they walked off. Alexa Bliss welcomes everyone to a moment of bliss, and as soon as I saw that, I did not watch it. I took my earbuds off, did not watch it, don't care. Any moment of bliss show, I learned my lesson before, and I'm not going back to watch it ever again, because they all fucking suck. But her guesses were Braun Strowman and Colin Jost and Michael Shea. Two guys from Saturday Night Live. I didn't care what they said, but I heard that these guys from Saturday Night Live are going to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So basically, WWE, what they did here is like what they did with Drew Carey from 2001 at the Royal Rumble. Putting Drew Carey in the Royal Rumble for him to do nothing. But in this case, I think these guys are going to do something, but at the same time, WWE, good job. You just now kill the mystique of that Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I mean, not that that was any prestige or incredible accomplished anyways, because look at the past guys that won that thing. Cesaro, what has he done? Big Show, what has he done? Baron Corbin, especially Baron Corbin, what the fuck has he done? Mojo Rawley, look what they have him doing, talking to himself in the mirror. Matt Hardy, what have they done with Matt Hardy? Oh yeah, I know what they did. They bury his broken character. Or Logan. So at this point now, this year's Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal is, if there's any reason on why you shouldn't give a fuck about this, that's why. Two Saturday Night Live guys who are not even wrestlers in this Battle Royal. They're not a big name like Shaquille O'Neal, you know, because remember when Shaquille O'Neal was in the Battle Royal? Oh, this Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, the one that Baron Corbin won. At least everyone knows who Shaquille O'Neal is. Who the fuck is Colin Jost and Michael Shea? Two guys from Saturday Night Live. Big fucking deal. Unfucking believable. So yeah, I made a right decision not watching this A Moment of Bliss because I knew it was gonna be fucking garbage and it was gonna be fucking trash, and this whole thing proves it. And on top of that too, I kept looking back to see if it ended. It was still going on. Like holy shit! Like how long? What was this? This gotta be one of the worst segments on Raw, so far. And thank God it was so fucking over. But after hearing that announcement that they're gonna be in the Battle Royal, which means that whole Battle Royal, the whole Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal is not only a disservice to disrespect the memory of Andre the Giant, but at this point it doesn't mean anything anymore. I mean, it never meant anything before. After I mentioned for the past winners, what have they done? They didn't win any world championships. They didn't main event WrestleMania. So let me go back to Elias in New York City. This time he's at Madison Square Garden, not in the Garden, but outside of the Garden, and he says, basically he referenced something about Billy Joe, and then Elias was saying he had a cup of coffee, and some guy passes by and puts a quarter in there. And I said, "Wait a minute, I think he had coffee in there," and then he puts his hand in there to take the quarter out. And I said, "Wait a minute, you said there was coffee in there. I thought you..." Right there, that was stupid. But Elias was like, "Are you kidding me?" and all that, because this guy thought he was homeless, so he put a quarter in there. And Elias was like, "I got an idea." He walks off, and we'll get back to that later. But yeah, I thought that was stupid, by the way. You know, Elias saying that he had coffee, and also the guy come out of nowhere just put the quarter in there. You know, basically confirming that there was no coffee in there in the first place. Stupid. But I'll say one thing though. What pertains to Elias getting that quarter from a random person, at least Elias drew a quarter than Jeff Jarrett has ever drew a dime. Oh, that's right. Jeff Jarrett never drew a dime. And despite how WWE is treating Elias right now, at least Elias drew a quarter from some random guy that puts in the thought that Elias was a homeless guy. Just saying. Then we go to the 10th commercial break. I think it was 10th commercial break, but I'll remind you how many commercial breaks it was, because I counted it anyway. So before I do this review, but Baron Corbin versus Apollo Crews, and Baron Corbin wins, and then he beats up Apollo Crews at the match. 50-50 booking where no one gets over. And it's could be why they're having a hard time, you know, making new stars. Enough commercial. It was announced for next week on Raw, Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair will be teaming up. Yeah, you heard me right. They're going to be teaming up. Three opponents, excuse me. 3 opponents that's going to be facing each other at WrestleMania, who hate each other, are going to put the differences aside, excuse me, for next week to face the Riot Squad. Who's running this shit? But I'll tell you one thing. Next week's Raw is going to be a go-home show for WrestleMania. I mean, you will know about that, you know, if, after watching Monday Night Raw, because Monday Night Raw is not giving you a reason or why we're in WrestleMania season. Okay, now we get Seth Rollins coming out. He talks about his match against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. He talks about, you know, champions that have inspired people. Inspires, you know, people. And he talks about when he was a kid watching the WWE, when he was inspired by champions like Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Ric Flair, Triple H, John Cena, so no Hulk Hogan, no Macho Man Randy Savage, no Ultimate Warrior, no, not even Eddie Guerrero, even Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Mankind. So you said the name drop Triple H and John Cena. Triple H, with him being WWE champion at the time, he was a heel during that time. So how is a heel champion in Triple H inspire people? This feels like someone backstage, whoever was in charge of this writing segment, was the same person that wrote for Alexa Bliss back when they were doing the whole build-up for Alexa Bliss versus Trish Stratus for Evolution, you know, for the all-women's pay-per-view, where Alexa Bliss said when she was 7 years old, she met Trish Stratus in 1998. I believe it was that year. And I was saying to myself, Trish Stratus wasn't around until the year 2000. And she wasn't even Trish Stratus yet. She was Trish Stratus in the year 2000. And also what pertains to last week, what pertains to Batista, this goes back before Evolution. What pertains to his problem with Triple H. Yes, Robert's writing this segment is involved in this too, because they're like, I see some women. So Seth Rollins, what it's talking about, he was a teenage kid that Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Ric Flair inspired him, and they were potential Triple H and John Cena. Think about it. He's talking about WWE champions. I think that's what he meant. By the way. Either way, they were champions, but yeah, champions. John Cena, I'm pretty sure Seth Rollins was wrestling. I'm pretty sure he was either in his 20s, like a young adult. John Cena, really? But the point is about this whole thing, inspired by champions. He says Brock Lesnar does not inspire people. Of course, he doesn't inspire people because Brock Lesnar doesn't like people. He hates people. This ain't new to me. I know he doesn't. Brock Lesnar is not the type of person to inspire people. Not even to kids. Especially repetitive kids that are not Brock Lesnar's. With his kids, yeah, his Brock Lesnar's kids are it's a reason why so sure that so sure inspired by Brock Lesnar. But anyways, so Seth Rollins was kind of promo about him being an autograph signing. Where everybody came up to him, and then before they left the table, saying that, please, Seth, please beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. And then Seth Rollins realized at the time, and he starts, getting more passionate in his promo, because there were times that he was either monotone and alright, and then he ends up being a little passionate with the promo. So basically, he says, in 13 days. He refused to let him be the champion, and said at WrestleMania he will walk into the ring and face Brock Lesnar, the bully Brock Lesnar, and basically says to get and with the WWE fans basically saying that together we will march to the gates of Suplex City, and we're gonna burn it, and then Paul Heyman comes out and says, ladies and gentlemen, and then we get crowds booing him. And then he starts doing the whole stick of my name is Paul Heyman and everything, and the crowds go for the sing along, even though they're supposed to hate Paul Heyman because he's with Brock Lesnar, but they're doing the sing along just to be fucking sheeps. But Paul Heyman says something about at WrestleMania it's now a handicap match. And I said to myself, wait a minute, how's a handicap match? Is Paul Heyman going to wrestle with Brock Lesnar? Because that'll be a way to protect Brock Lesnar to losing. But this is what he said. Paul Heyman said it's going to be Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins and the entire WWE universe. Please, Seth, do not do the Braun Strowman from last year. Who wants to be my partner from anyone from the WWE universe in the crowd, basically. That bullshit they did last year. Hopefully they don't do that. I mean, they're not going to do that, obviously, but I'm just saying. But Paul Heyman says something about odds are 0 for Seth Rollins winning, because Seth Rollins basically Paul Heyman was talking about something about where it pertains to thoughts and prayers and everything, and then Seth Rollins, and then Paul Heyman says to Seth Rollins that you're undersized, you're overconfident, and you will be beaten, victimized, and conquered by the WWE Universal Champion, and blah blah blah. And at this point, I didn't care, because the same, basically, it was the same promo that I hear every time from Paul Heyman. And I mean, the delivery is good, but I'm sick and tired of listening to that same promo every time. But Seth Rollins leaves the ring, go after Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman was acting scared. He's screaming like, "I'm an advocate. I'm an advocate." And like, I want you to know, you should win. You should win. And basically said it was all Brock's idea. He sent me out there to do this. basically ran out Paul, basically Paul Heyman ran out Brock Lesnar. And let's just say that Paul Heyman is lucky that Brock Lesnar doesn't watch the show, because remember last summer, during the build for SummerSlam for Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, where Brock Lesnar was reading his magazine, his hunting magazine, and he's like, Paul Heyman was like, "Did you hear what Roman Reigns said, something like that?" And he's like, "No, I didn't listen, I didn't watch it because I don't watch the show." So let's just say, by in Paul Heyman's sake, that Brock Lesnar wasn't watching on that night, Raw this week. But anyways, and by what Brock Lesnar saying that is a shoot, obviously. But anyways, but Seth Rollins says to Paul Heyman, say he's not asking for thoughts and prayers. He's here to answer because they're going to WrestleMania to beat Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship, and they're going to march into Suplex City, and then Seth Rollins does this with the microphone, and then the crowds go burn it down, and he drops the microphone on Paul Heyman and leaves, and then also Kurt Angle comes out, and the fans go for the "You Suck" chant, and basically when this happened, because Paul Heyman was still out there, he was still on the stage, saying on the stage basically. And when Kurt Angle came out, I knew where this was heading. The whole "You Suck" thing, and then Kurt Angle's gonna do this to Paul Heyman happen. But yeah, there you go. And then we go to I believe the 12th commercial break. Alright, so we come back from it. Samoa Joe versus Kurt Angle. Samoa Joe comes out and says, they have a lot of memories together, but they won't mention where they had the memories from. TNA. And then Paul Heyman, not Paul Heyman, sorry, I meant to say Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe said to the fans that they're scumbag new Englanders. Okay, scumbag new Englanders. That's what I meant to say. And I said to myself, why is he cutting a promo crapping on the fans for? I thought that was stupid. And it's not because of him. It's because of WWE writing that script for him. Just to say. But anyways, so the match happens. They go face to face, and then Samoa Joe goes for a headbutt to Kurt Angle. Shades, and goes way back where Kurt Angle did a headbutt to Samoa Joe back in TNA Wrestling. Awesome. Storytelling. Even though it is from a different company, but yeah, storytelling there. So they have the match and everything, and then we go to the. Actually, I think it's the 12th commercial break right now, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong. But anyways, but yeah, we go commercial break though. But after commercial break, the match continues on between Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle. Basically, Samoa Joe was dominating the match, but Kurt Angle was getting some better offense. Well, was also getting some good offense in the match too as well. And in the end, Samoa Joe goes for the Coquina Clutch. And I knew where this was heading. Kurt Angle goes to roll him up and gets a 3 count and a win. So yeah, Samoa Joe loses again. I kind of knew that Samoa Joe was going to lose anyways, because this is Kurt Angle's farewell tour. So it means Kurt Angle is going to be winning matches basically until WrestleMania, where WWE is going to have Baron Corbin win against Kurt Angle, which is going to be fucking stupid. Samoa Joe loses again, folks. I'm fucking sick and tired of this. Nothing against Kurt Angle, obviously. Nothing against Kurt Angle. Just like what it pertains to other guys. Nothing against AJ Styles, Finn Balor to a degree. But anyways, I forgot about this. Alright, so we go to the 13th commercial break here. Triple H comes out. He's basically he's going to address what Batista said last week. Basically his side of the story, what pertains to the whole thing what Batista said. So Triple H says, first of all, in Boston, a standing ovation, from the entire commercial break. I asked myself, what? And then Triple H says, ready for say by congratulations to Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch for main event WrestleMania this year, first time ever. And I said to myself, holy shit! Already, we haven't got we gotten so far 2 minutes already. Well, actually not 2 minutes. I'm over exaggerating, but Triple H just started talking, and already he's already taking too long. And I say to myself, get to the fucking point. And he gets to talk about the women's every single woman in the locker room. And I say to myself, oh my god, get to the point. So he finally sort of gets to the point here. Talks about Batista, what pertains to him spinning over the microphone 2 weeks ago. The whole, give me what I want. And I say to myself, why are you talking about that now? Why? Because you were there last week to talk about it. Now you're but 2 weeks later you decided to talk about it. Like just get to the fucking point. And then Triple H gets tries to pull out an envelope out of his pocket, his jacket, his leather jacket basically. Now he's basically the game Triple H. Where again, I thought you were supposed to be a character now. I thought you're supposed to be the man, Paul Levesque. It's not about the character, right? So anyways, Triple H was having a hard time getting that envelope out of his pocket. And I was saying to myself, holy shit, get to the point! And I literally said that too out here, folks. Even though the envelope was caught in his pocket, that he's trying to get out of it. And I said to myself, fuck, get to the fucking point! Oh my god, I was losing, folks. I was losing my shit when Triple H was taking way too long, especially with the envelope being stuck in his pocket. Unbelievable. So Triple H finally got the envelope out of his pocket, but and then he says talk about how the letter is from Batista's lawyer, said he will not be competing at WrestleMania unless he has one more stipulation. Batista added one more stipulation. And I said to myself, what? Another stipulation? What other stipulations could there be? So, and Triple H didn't open the envelope, by the way. He kept going on. And I said to myself, oh my god, just read the letter. Get to the fucking point. And he basically talks about Batista, with the whole evolution thing, and then he brings up when Batista first came to WWE, when he was with Devon at the time when he was Reverend Devon. I'm not talking about Batista. I'm talking about Devon Dudley, who was Reverend Devon. Reverend Devon, and Batista was called Deacon Batista, which that was the worst gimmick that WWE could ever give Batista, by the way. And basically saying that Batista did absolutely nothing. And I said, so yeah, it was because of dumb WWE, not because of Batista, because of dumb. It's about how he won 16 world championships, and he couldn't beat John Cena. He's beaten John Cena. In fact, not once at SummerSlam, but twice at Elimination Chamber from 2010. Of course, they did the whole thing where John Cena was protected after going to the Elimination Chamber match, but still. And then Batista, basically saying that Triple H avoid him of returning his phone calls and all that, and pertains to some shooting dates, whatever. And then finally, Triple H finally gets to the point to read the letter from the envelope. It took him that long to finally get to the point. Triple H says, "If you would like me to appear appear then at WrestleMania, you will give me what I want. I really, really want." Basically, doing the Spice Girls theme song. Basically singing the Spice Girls song called "Wannabe." And when Triple H is doing that, I'm like saying to myself, I was just sitting there watching this. I'm saying to myself, I wasn't laughing. It's not funny. To me, it wasn't funny. When Triple H did it, it wasn't funny. But here's the thing, even though it wasn't meant for Batista to do that, because this was a rib, basically, send that Batista kept saying, "Give me what I want, give it to me, give me what I want, give me what I want." But see, when Batista did it, it was funny. Triple H doing it, not funny. So basically, Triple H was goofing around, not taking it seriously, pulling a John Cena. And then he said something about Batista beat up a 70-year-old man, Ric Flair. I said, so what? That wasn't about that. It wasn't about that before. That's Batista didn't mention that last week, which I don't know why WWE didn't bring that up when when Batista was talking about his problem with Triple H. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I don't know who's writing this shit, but it's fucking garbage. And his promo for Triple H is fucking garbage because he took too long. He was acting like a goofball, trying to be funny, and it just came off fucking garbage. But basically, the stipulation was for Triple H's career to be on the line. And immediately, I thought to myself, I got a flashback from Brock Lesnar versus Triple H WrestleMania from WrestleMania 29. The whole build up from there when Paul Heyman, said, it's gonna be no holds barred, and it's also gonna be Triple H's career on the line. And from there, we knew at that point that Triple H wasn't going to lose against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and that's exactly what happened. Triple H ends up winning at WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar, and now here we go again with this one. It's obvious that Triple H was going to win against Batista because Batista said he wants to come back for one more match against Triple H at WrestleMania so that he could put Triple H over. We already know that Triple H is going to win anyways. Do they really need this stipulation on the line for Triple H's career to be on the line to convince us, to really convince us that Triple H is definitely winning? There's no need for that. There was no need for that. And on top of that, then Batista said two weeks ago that with the whole thing with saying Triple H, give me what I want and everything, and then Triple H finally took too long to finally give him what he wanted. And Batista said, "That's all I ever wanted, for me to end my career at WrestleMania by ending your career, Triple H." That I thought there was no need for that. There was no need for a stipulation to be on the line because Batista said that already. He's going to basically Batista wants to end his career at WrestleMania to put it all behind him, and then he's going to do it by and he's also going to salvage it by ending Triple H's career. Basically, he's going to destroy Triple H at WrestleMania. Why the fuck? And 2 weeks later, that also now Triple H his career's going to be on the line, just to add a stipulation in there. You already had a stipulation there. No holds barred. That's it. There's no other stipulation there to put in there. And you know what this means with Triple H putting his career on the line? That means he's never going to stop wrestling. That means next year at WrestleMania we're going to see more of Triple H wrestling. Wrestling next year. And then, and not only this next year too. With Triple H reading the letter saying that the stipulation where his career is going to be on the line. We're going to be seeing more of him wrestling this year as well in Saudi Arabia, which I still don't understand why WWE is going back there anyways. And who knows what else we're going to do with Triple H for this year as well. Maybe a SummerSlam or Survivor Series, or wherever else they go at. And we're going to see more Triple H wrestling again. That's what they told you here. With his career on the line, which means he's not going to lose, and he's going to be he's continuing to wrestle. So fuck this segment, fuck this promo. It was fucking garbage. Elias was shown playing his guitar at a street corner, and a thief steal a couple of his money from his guitar case. Elias was going to go after him, but Elias is like, you know what? That's okay because he's going to get a big payday at WrestleMania anyways. And he starts playing his guitar. And the same thief comes back and steals his guitar case full of money and runs off with it. Let's see, Mr. Women. The same thief that stole from Elias runs off with a couple of bucks. Elias was threatening to go after him, and then Elias was continues to play the guitar. The same thief comes right back. Like, wait a minute, what thief does that? And Elias lets him go. Wait a minute, so yeah, I'll let the whole thing with the money being stolen from him slide, because let's face it, Elias doesn't need money from people anyways, from for playing this guitar and all that, because he's a wrestler, and he's right, he's gonna get a big payday at WrestleMania. So at this point, the money don't matter to him, but his guitar case. Don't you need your fucking guitar case? So yeah, this whole thing with this thief, the same thief that stole from Elias, comes back to steal the entire thing. Who the fuck wrote this segment? This was fucking garbage. But then we go to commercial break. And this was the 14th commercial break, by the way. It was announced for next week on Raw, Kurt Angle will face Rey Mysterio Jr. during his final farewell tour. So, there you go. Main event time. Last man standing. Dean Ambrose versus Drew McIntyre. Match begin for a couple of minutes, and then we go commercial break. That's 15 commercial breaks. Dean Ambrose and Drew McIntyre continue on, fighting last man standing match. Drew McIntyre with a candlestick, destroying Dean Ambrose with it from his rib, and then a candlestick kept breaking off and everything from the top basically, and then McIntyre meets go to the eye of Dean Ambrose. You think he will bleed, but nope, he's not bleeding. And Dean Ambrose was fine after that too. He could see perfectly after that. Steel chair was involved. Steel steps was involved. A table was involved. McIntyre went to the chairs. I mean, to a chair that was attached to the turnbuckle. Dean Ambrose obviously in the table. Ambrose was put into a table by Drew McIntyre. Ambrose gets back up, or gets a Claymore kick, and then Ambrose couldn't get back up after that. Basically, he tried to get back up, but then he falls back down, and then 10 count, because last man standing is last man standing, and Drew McIntyre wins, and Drew McIntyre ends the show. Standing tall. Basically, Dean Ambrose, I thought Drew McIntyre was going to destroy him, beat him up badly, make sure he doesn't get back up. Ambrose tried to get back up. Storytelling, like Drew McIntyre said earlier in the night before the match was made official, he's gonna make sure he doesn't get back up. Well, in a way, he didn't get back up, but at the same time, I thought he meant he's gonna destroy him. He's gonna do something to throw him off of TV. We didn't see that. We didn't see anything of that. What? They didn't go all the way with it. I thought that was stupid. But McIntyre wins anyways, which you know what that means. At WrestleMania, he's gonna lose against Roman Reigns, obviously. And that was WWE RAW. It sucked. It was boring. It was garbage. But I'll tell you one thing why I did enjoy. I enjoyed Aleister Black and Ricochet versus The Revival. I enjoy Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe. I enjoyed Drew McIntyre versus Dean Ambrose, despite how bad of a booking that whole match was. Still a decent match though, but I would have liked it Sasha Banks and Natalya if it didn't end the way that it ended. Yeah, the show was garbage, folks. But talking about wrestling for WWE RAW from March 25th, 2019. Nine matches, basically because of the beat the clock challenge from the women's. That's why. So yeah, 9 matches. My overall rating for the show, 2 out of 10. This show was trash. And again, they're not convincing me. When that Raw once again is not convincing me that it's WrestleMania season. Yeah, they may have mentioned WrestleMania, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like it's WrestleMania season. It doesn't feel like they've been up to WrestleMania at all. So yeah, Raw sucked. This WrestleMania build sucks for WrestleMania 35 on Raw. And I can't wait to see SmackDown. So fuck Raw. And with that being said, thank you all for watching. It's Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets.